So today I'm going to cover a survey of literature paper that I had written not too long ago for a final paper for one of my technical writing classes at my university. So for the title, Effectiveness of Therapeutic Oriented Software in Mental Health Treatment. For the abstract, therapeutic oriented software is a new field that is still mostly unknown to the general public. With the continuing rise of mental health conditions and the need for additional and alternative ways of assisting with the treatment of individuals, digital mental health technologies are being investigated as alternatives for assisting with the treatment of people with mental health conditions. Deaths attributed to mental health conditions have been on the rise, and as such, the effectiveness research approach is utilized to find and measure how effective digital therapeutic software truly is in treating or assisting with the treatment of people with mental health conditions. Artificial intelligence, chatbots, digital mental health interventions, effective computing, and mental health oriented software are investigated. Costs, privacy, security, ethicality, and morality are taken into consideration throughout to determine some of the cost and major concerns or possible implications of using therapeutic oriented software in treating people with mental health conditions. Key findings include the true effectiveness of therapeutic oriented software, considerations before and during the development of therapeutic software, development process during the development of therapeutic software, and the maintenance of therapeutic software, and hardware limitations. Alright, and then for the introduction, the effectiveness of therapeutic oriented software in successfully assisting with the treatment of individuals with mental health needs is an area with limited focus and clarity. There are various approaches to analyzing the cost of creating such software in exchange for achieving desired results, that it can be difficult to measure true effectiveness. The primary considerations taken into account when developing, implementing, and deploying therapeutic software comes in the form of costs, which are primarily monetary focused, privacy, which consists of data collection transparency, security in the form of potential data leaks, ethicality in terms of potentially replacing human jobs, and morality in terms of the potential for improper treatment of users. These considerations are used imperatively to help determine the true effectiveness these software applications can have with assisting in the treatment of individuals with mental health needs when measuring some of the key resources it takes to create therapeutic software with respect to successful results. Historically, the number of cases of individuals with mental health needs has been increasing, with psychosis, depression, and anxiety being the most prominent in mental health related deaths. More specifically, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a prevalent mental health related issue facing the United States, with approximately 6% of adults ultimately dealing with or facing PTSD at some point in their life. Untreated mental health conditions leave significant room for danger to a person, and as such, it is becoming increasingly important to find effective alternative ways of treating individuals with mental health needs to effectively help mitigate this danger. Recent emerging technologies in the form of digital therapeutics, or DTX, and artificially intelligent, or AI therapeutic oriented software have been explored and marked as showing potential. Among therapeutic oriented software, AI has been highlighted as capable of providing significant usefulness when integrated or paired with such software, with effective computing systems and their use in digital mental health interventions, or DMHIs, showing great capability in diagnosing, assisting, and directly working on the treatment of people with mental health conditions in people by enhancing user engagement. Implementing positive computing applications with existing mental health architecture and digital mental health interventions can contribute to an improved overall experience. These software applications and systems carry the potential to be used to enhance and even provide direct mental health treatment to people with mental health needs. Despite this, hardware limitations play a role in the overall effectiveness of treatment. And then for my narrative, mental health conditions cause problems and challenges for people diagnosed and undiagnosed with mental health related conditions. An early 2014 study on developing mental health applications for youth highlighted that approximately 20% of adolescents were found to be affected by mental health disorders in established nations. In a data table provided in a meta-analysis study conducted on deaths in people with mental health conditions, 8 million deaths were attributed to mental health disorders in 2012, and it was found that individuals with mental health conditions face an increasingly high level of death in terms of cause of deaths. And then for my methods, to gather relevant information for the research topic, a structured literature search approach was used. The primary and only search engine utilized for the research conducted was OneSearch. Only recent peer-reviewed articles spanning from 2014 to 2026 with titles relevant to the topic were gathered and used as references for gathering and compiling useful information depending on relevancy found in information screened from the abstracts and contained information applicable to the topic. Search queries consisted of mental health and software, or digital therapy and mental health. And these searches were narrowed down by filtering based on being a peer-reviewed article. Articles were primarily analyzed and filtered out by using a systematic review throughout. And then for my results, digital mental health interventions have been found to provide direct treatment to individuals by providing personalized treatment plans to individuals, and have also been confirmed as effective in treating or assisting with the treatment of people with mental health conditions through the use of digital cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. When such digital interventions are paired with an adaptive underlying architecture, the effectiveness of the systems can be further improved. Digital mental health interventions have been found to assist and even provide direct treatment to individuals facing mental health conditions, with results demonstrating a reduction of stress, depression, and anxiety in individuals. Digital interventions in the prevention and treatment of mental health disorders are proving to be increasingly cost-effective, and digital mental health interventions in the form of chatbots, internet therapy, virtual reality or VR, and augmented reality or AR have shown positive results in directly treating people by reducing symptoms of mental health conditions or emotions. Recent studies on the implementation of digital therapeutic oriented software and its importance in finding alternatives for treating the increasing population of people with mental health needs have been conducted. A 2015 study on the use of digital therapeutic software in treating PTSD through the use of AR and VR found that symptoms of PTSD were reduced with consistent use of digital exposure therapy and CBT. Positive computing models that collect data to provide mental health treatment can utilize multiple wearable devices to improve the delivery of direct and effective interventions, and some benefits of making use of positive computing are detecting the behaviors of humans that may be in distress and providing and tracking promptly responses to such behaviors to assist with measuring true effectiveness of such treatment. Despite this, hardware limitations in user comfort, reliability, and accuracy of wearable digital mental health devices can hinder the overall productivity of intended results. However, technological performance of digital mental health interventions continues to increase. When positive computing systems are paired with wearable technology, positive computing systems can provide appropriate responses to a user through mood or behavioral detectors that may utilize auditory and visual information. Similarly, a 2023 study on the use of AI chatbots to assist individuals with coping with the loss of a loved one highlighted that exposure therapy was a crucial part of successfully helping people cope with loss. Likewise, effective computing systems show potential in increasing user engagement by providing insightful and useful responses to initials depending on their emotional state, individuals depending on their emotional state through the use of AI. These systems can be paired with digital AI mental health software system frameworks, or one known as Tequila, or the trust, evidence, quality, usability, interest, liability, and accreditation framework to provide a generally responsible, efficient, and effective treatment. Despite this, effectiveness of digital therapy can be unclear given the limitation of AI therapists in providing human-like interactions. And then for my discussion, rising mental health conditions and rising death rates of individuals with mental health conditions highlight a need for alternative ways of providing mental health care. Digital therapeutics are neuro-regulated forms of software that are approved to provide direct and federally compliant treatment. Utilizing adaptive, data-driven architectures alongside therapeutic-oriented software can help provide efficient and effective treatment of people with mental health conditions by having a machine learning application capable of producing and providing a personalized treatment plan. Despite this, human accreditation, intervention, and oversight of these software systems during a user's interaction with digital therapeutics, especially AI integrated ones, is essential to preventing improper results. Primary and dominant costs and concerns of these software systems are privacy, ethical, security, and moral oriented. AI chatbots, despite showing benefits and assisting with managing a user's emotions, carry concerns of the security of the protected health information being transmitted, and its compliance with the Health Information Accountability and Portability Act, or HIPAA. For AI grief bots, ethical concerns regarding the capacity that grief bots can integrally represent a deceased person's memory. For digital mental health interventions, data security, privacy, and improper treatment results should be taken into heavy consideration. Effective mental health computing systems, in the commercial sense, raise moral concerns in that they carry the downside of being prioritized to earn capital by keeping users attached longer rather than providing and promoting fast recovery. And for my conclusion, digital therapeutic oriented software applications show incredible potential in directly assisting with the treatment of mental health individuals by taking into account privacy, ethical, security, and moral concerns when developing, implementing, and employing such systems. The positives that arise in the form of successful results suggest that digital therapeutic oriented software can be effective in assisting with and even directly working on providing treatment of mental health conditions in people. Although direct treatment plans are not taken into full consideration and instead generalized throughout, a wide range employment of this software in the general sense may help reach and treat a higher number of individuals with mental health needs. Effective treatment and benefits of employing a mix of these digital therapeutics can be seen subtly, showing that these systems as a whole can be effective in treating individuals with mental health needs to a certain extent than not. Primary concerns of implementing therapeutic oriented software arise in the form of hardware limitations in the sense of efficient responses, privacy in terms of data being collected and potentially stored, ethicality in the sense of creating systems that can cause people to lose jobs, morality in the sense of employing systems that have the potential to produce incorrect outputs and lead to improper treatment of individuals, and security in the sense of potential data mishandling or leaks. Cost effectiveness of developing and employing therapeutic software can hinder effectiveness by making the software more difficult to create. Hardware limitations were not taken into full consideration throughout the study. However, these can and have been shown to carry the potential to hinder prompt and efficient interventions in digital systems running on lower-end hardware. It is imperative to take these considerations into perspective when conducting further research to try delving into the effectiveness of digital therapeutics, and if it is truly worth creating an app based on those perspectives. And then for the real conclusion of this long, extremely boring, and very wordy paper. Yeah, it was way too long. Pretty much I just wanted an A, and I did end up getting an A in the class, so yeah, thanks.
Huh? Hmm. Hmm.